Every day, there are monsters who silently walk among us, going unnoticed. They learn how to study society so that they can blend in. The perfect dad with the perfect family who's hiding a dark secret, or the drifter at the subway station whose violent past would make you shudder. We spend so much time absorbed in our own lives that sometimes we may forget to scan our surroundings for the dangers that lurk there. This week, Sam is talking to us about the Chameleon Killer, an absolutely disgusting excuse for a human being who used others to hide his repulsive crimes. Trigger warning, this week we talk about the deaths of mothers and their children, so we totally understand if you need to skip this week. However, even though we know this is difficult, we feel it's very important to talk about their stories and what happened to them, and to say their names out loud. Pepper and her daughter Rea, aged 23 and between the ages of 2 and 4. Marlyse Honeychurch, aged 24, and her children Marie Elizabeth Vaughn, aged 6, and Sarah Lynn Mcwaters, aged 1. Denise Beaudin, aged 23, and her daughter Lisa, abandoned as a toddler. Yusoon June, aged 44. This is their story. Welcome to Who Are You? Curious Stories of Family Lore. I'm Weetsy.
And I'm Sam Ivy.
And this is episode 32 for real this time. And this is a Led by Pants episode, Sam heavy episode this week. So I'm just here. I'm going to light this. We're not even making a video, so the only person that can see this is you. But this is gonna be happening in the background, and Sam's gonna tell us a tale. And we missed you, by the way, on Monday, and we're glad you're back.
I'm so sorry, fam. I'm trying to, venture off, trying to expand my horizons and my career path and things like that. So I'm trying out this new venture. So it's just occupying a little bit of my time for now. But, I still am going to make time for the fam. I still love you guys. Just thank you for being patient.
Yeah, self-improvement, expanding your horizons. So things happen, and that's why, with this podcast, we do it because we love spending time together. We love doing research and looking up these stories. And there's obviously a group of people that like listening to us, and that's really, really humbling and nice. So
it was
nice having it is so cool. It really is. It makes me, everybody in this world is important. Everybody has a place, and you just got to find your thing that you like doing. And it might be a lot of things, and that's okay. Like, I like doing a lot of things, but it's working together with you and both of us understanding that we are not, we are busy people. We like to relax, but it's very rare that we are relaxing or doing nothing. So the fact that we make time for this, and we're still going to put out 2 episodes this week, like we promised, even with all the chaos. So I'm just grateful that you're here, and you're coming back leading the episode. So it's like you already had this planned. We were going to do this over the weekend, but life got busy. Taylor stepped in.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Taylor. Shout out.
Yeah. And it was really fun because we talked about photography, and that's something that you and I are connected with as well. So I could talk about photography all day. And obviously Taylor worked at the George Eastman Museum, has done a lot of things around Rochester. So she is very into photography as well. And I knew that you and I talk about photography. We'll talk about it again. So in a weird, indirect way, it kind of fit.
No, most definitely.
Let us know what you guys thought of that. And I'm going to shut up now and give the mic to Sam because I'm in a rambly mood. So I'm going to be quiet. I will always interject with thoughts as I do, but like I'm excited to hear about what you have for us this week.
All right, let's go. All right, so first off, before I get into the actual story, I just want to say like what made me kind of go down like this rabbit hole, like what made me start investigating any of this in the first place. So after the last episode that I ran talking about like the notorious serial killers around here in Maryland, I was thinking about other relatives in my family and other sides, like where they technically came from, because not all of my family obviously came from Maryland. My grandfather on my dad's side was actually born up in New Hampshire. I'm not sure which part of New Hampshire, but that's where he was born and raised before him and my grandmother came to Maryland. And my grandmother was from Maryland, I do believe. But either way, he was from New Hampshire. He was a New Hampshire boy. So that made me go, well, I haven't looked at anything into New Hampshire because I've never been. Like, I've never, I hear all the stories of the family and what they've done up there and stuff. But, so I went ahead and started, just looking into like weird New Hampshire stories, notorious New Hampshire like serial killers and stuff. Because my grandfather like would always tell me stories of like the good times that he had there. And like he has such a wild history, especially there. Because with my grandfather on my dad's side, he has many brothers and sisters. A lot of them are no longer living. Um, his parents were notorious for adopting kids and, just taking care of them and raising them. So,
like in a good way? Like they
yes,
were notorious, like they were helping like these kids and
yeah, they
adopting
weren't.
them?
Yes. Now, granted, they didn't necessarily live the life of luxury or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure they like, lived in a trailer park and all that jazz. But like, their heart was in the good place. They weren't just doing it for a paycheck.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
But they had like I think 5 or 6 of them. I can't remember exactly the amount. Um, but they all grew up. They knew that one of them in the group was a biological kid of the mom and dad, but the rest of them were adopted. But they never knew who. And his parents took that information to the grave.
Wait, so let me understand this. Your great-grandparents. So these are your grandpa's parents from New Hampshire? And is
That I
this
never
on
met. My dad's side.
dad's side? Okay.
Yep.
They see this is I don't
The
know
grandfather
all
you
this
met.
about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool to like. Oh, so this is the one I met.
Yeah.
Okay, so his parents are from New Hampshire, and he doesn't know which one of him or his siblings are the adopted one? Like
None of
Russian
them.
motherfucking roulette?
Yeah.
None of them know?
None of them know.
Holy fuck. Did they like compare faces? Did they like try to figure this out? Like what a thing
They
to live
didn't
with.
want there to be any conflict. They wanted everybody to be family because regardless of who it was, they were all still family.
And I respect the shit out of that. I do. Like, I think that
But
is.
the mystery behind it gets me. Now,
Right, that's the
plot
thing.
twist.
That's the only thing.
Plot twist is there is stories that my grandfather's actually a twin and him and his twin got separated. So there's a guy out there that is looking just like my grandfather right now. According to my dad, he lives in Baltimore, Maryland. I do not know his name. I do not know any information. I know there's a baby picture of my grandfather where there is 2 of him in this picture and it's not a mirror.
Oh,
so that was a plot twist.
Okay, so remember, now this is something that you would have to choose to do. This is just an idea. I'm not going to force this on you because this is your family story. This is a wild, as a vanished twin survivor, which is for a different episode. But I have this real longing for twins. Like, just like whenever I hear about twins, I'm like, oh my God, like you're my people. And I get fixated on that. And it's the thing that a lot of people who have a twin or have lost a twin, like, understand. If your grandpa really was like a twin, he knew that shit. He knew it deep down. Because if you're a twin, you know it. I knew I was a twin before anyone ever told me I was a twin.
And that's
I
why
just knew it.
It's suspected that my grandfather was the biological kid and they got rid of one of them because if there was 2 of them, like they don't adopt twins, like it'd be too big, like, like.
Whoa.
So that's like the theory. It's not confirmed.
But, oh yeah.
Yeah, but what I was saying, like, I don't want to force you to do anything, but what you could do if you wanted to find out his name and if he was still alive and, like, you kind of know, okay, maybe in Baltimore, you take a DNA test.
I have one,
If that,
I not a DNA test, I have an ancestry test, so if he's on ancestry
that's,
because he's old enough, like, I have that sitting on my kitchen
Mhm.
counter right now.
So you do that. They will send you, when you get into Ancestry, which I really should reach out to them because they should totally sponsor us because they rock and they're literally what I use for a lot of my research. I'm sure there's other websites out there that I should look into, but Ancestry is really, you pay for it. You're good. You pay for it for sure. It's not free, but
Yeah.
I mean, I found out so much. And what is really, really great is the DNA kit. And you could do 23andMe or any other brand as well. But which one do you have? Ancestry DNA?
Yeah, I have ancestry. Oh,
It's a really good opportunity to potentially find out.
yeah.
Because if you randomly have a bunch of cousins in Baltimore, Maryland, and their father's some random dude,
And they look just like my grandfather.
Right. Yeah. So
I've thought about it. Trust me, I've thought about it.
yeah, not to get sidetracked here, but I do think that this ties perfectly into why we started doing this podcast. Like, if the curiosity isn't enough, now you have a reason to be like, now you can tell your listeners. I keep saying viewers because eventually we want to do video, but you can tell the viewer. Oh my god, I did it again. Tell the listeners about it. But anyways, back to this absolute wild.
So back to my grandfather's
tale.
upbringing and everything.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of that. Now, another crazy, and I want to get my dad on this podcast to actually tell more in depth on these stories because he heard them firsthand more than I did. But like, my grandfather's mother ended up dying in her bathtub in her trailer because she took a bath during a storm and her trailer got electrocuted and she got electrocuted in the bathtub.
Oh.
He was like older at this point. I think like no one was a kid anymore. I'm pretty sure, not 100%.
Who was this? Who was this?
My grandfather that you met, his mother.
Dude, man, what?
Yep.
Did you just learn this fact out?
I remember like briefly, like I didn't believe it as a kid when I heard like the stories, and then my dad reminded me the other day when I was with him. So that's why I want to get him on the podcast because he heard it more firsthand than I did. But when he said it to me, I remember like fuzzy memories of hearing like them tell the stories. But it gets even crazier because she died in her trailer, right? Electrocuted. 6 days later, his father was found in his trailer dead on the bed from unknown causes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
6 days later?
Mm-hmm.
In the same trailer?
I think in the same trailer or his trailer. I don't know if they were living in the same one, but he was found dead on like a bed. I'm pretty sure with unknown causes.
That's his dad?
Yep. Well, his possible bio dad, but the dad, that he grew up with. That's the dad he knew.
Oh my god. That is so like what? That's just sad and tragic, but also
Yes.
like
But
6 days later and you lose both your parents in a matter of 6 days? And by not just losing them, absolutely bizarre and mysterious circumstances.
Yep. So that kind of, when my dad told me that, it made me go into, well, what other weird shit has happened in New Hampshire? So that's where all of that long story of like my grandfather's side, a little briefing on that led me into this story that I found.
Everything you just said is like profound. I don't think if we really sit back for a second, can you imagine? How old was your grandpa?
I'm pretty sure he was already moved out of the house, I think in his 20s, maybe like early 30s when they passed away. I'm not 100% sure. He wasn't a kid when they passed away.
But even so, I was 28 when my mom died, and she died suddenly. And it was, oh my God, it was so hard. But if that had been the way, like,
that's some Final Destination shit, man.
That not only is it traumatic for you as an adult child, you're still that child. That's still your mom. But then it's like a freak accident that now you have to think about every time you want to take a bath or every time it storms out. So it adds this complexity to the trauma. And it's just, and then you're dealing with that, and then your dad 6 days later, no reason. Maybe a broken heart going back to...
That's what I think everybody says, but I'm not 100. Like I said, that's why I want to get my dad on here, because he knows the stories more verbatim than I do. But when he told me that, I was like, oh shit, I was like, I got to share this on the podcast, because I completely forgot. Like, yeah.
He should come on. That would be very cool. I love your dad. He should definitely come on. Come on, Dad. If you're listening, Dad, come on. Tell us your stories.
But yeah, so that story of my grandfather led me down the rabbit hole of a notorious killer of New Hampshire, which was the Chameleon Killer, is what he was known as.
The Chameleon Killer.
Yep. His actual name is Terry Peter Rasmussen.
Did you say Header?
P-E-D-E-R.
Like how do you spell it?
P as in Peter.
Oh. I was thinking it was the same last name. Oh, I was thinking of Heater, the teacher. So for a second, I thought they had like the same
correlation.
Last name. And it was,
yeah,
but never mind. Disregard.
But yeah, so Terry Peter Rasmussen, and if I butchered that, sorry, whatever. He's a piece of shit. His most notorious alias that he used was Bob Evans.
Oh my.
Yeah, he was born December 23rd, 1943. He died December 28th, 2010.
So he was a Capricorn?
Yeah, I think so.
I just say that because they say that on Morbid, and I love Morbid. and I only know, I don't even know if that's Capricorn, but I think it might be. I have no idea. They say that on Morbid. Shout out. Love Morbid.
But he is a convicted murderer and suspected serial killer. He's also known as the Chameleon Killer, like I said in the beginning. He committed crimes in the states of California and New Hampshire. So, to give you a little background on Rasmussen. He was born in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, that's
Yep.
We met in Denver. And neither one of us live there now, so
there's a lot of excuse me.
You're right there. Our narrator, our host here is
yes, I'm good.
Having a moment.
I'm good.
She's back.
Little orange soda.
All is well. Did you say orange soda? Are you drinking orange soda? I drank a crush earlier today.
Okay, so back to what I was saying.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good.
I saw an orange crush and I was like, oh my god, I gotta cut that part out. Serious time.
All right, so Rasmussen was born in Denver, Colorado on December 23rd, 1943. His father was Peter Rasmussen, the son of Danish immigrants. His mother was Anila Berwick, a 7th-generation descendant of an English immigrant.
Okay.
Rasmussen grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, dropping out of high school in 1960 his sophomore year. In 1961, he enlisted into the U.S. Navy, where he trained as an electrician and served until he was discharged in 1967. In 1968, Rasmussen married and his family of 6 lived in Redwood City, California. He was reported as being abusive to his kids, even burning one of his sons with cigarette butts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, trigger warning.
Yeah, sorry. I read that.
Right. No, it's all right. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we'll put it in the show notes so everybody, before they listen, they'll know. I was just being dramatic because that's awful.
Yeah.
And oh my god, people who abuse their kids are just pieces of shit.
I've been burned by cigarette butts, not from an abuse perspective, but because I was a dumbass kid that would run around people that were smoking, just being dumb, and it would happen. Like they were at my, like, their arm height was at my arm height, so like it just happened. You run into them periodically. So like I know how that feels. So like I could not imagine that being put as a punishment and having my parent directly do that to me.
Yeah, on purpose, and probably like it's awful. That's terrible.
So that
Oh.
happened. By 1975, his wife left him, taking the kids with her. He was then, arrested for aggravated assault. So once all those charges kind of were dropped,
I'm glad,
um,
really quick,
mhm,
I'm glad that she left him and took the kids, and it sucks that he beat them all, but at least they all made it out alive.
100%.
So,
So Rasmussen then decided to move around to a number of different states, including Arizona, Colorado, California, Idaho, Virginia, Texas, Ohio, Oregon, and Hawaii, until he finally settled in New Hampshire in the late 1970s. And he was also really known for traveling with women and children. Just kind of keep that in mind. It's kind of weird.
wait, what do you mean he's known to
He
travel?
would make women his girlfriend type deal that had kids already. It wasn't always his kids, but when he was traveling, he was most of the time traveling with a family.
Okay, but then they weren't really his family.
Yes.
Okay, so it was a disguise.
Kind of. That's kind of what it seems like. Remember, he's underneath aliases too. He's known as the Chameleon Killer.
Yeah.
So,
He's shifting into fitting into the perfect idea of society so that he's not suspected of being the absolute scum of said same society.
exactly.
All
That's kind
right,
of the
I'm
gist I got
following.
from it too at this point.
Yes, yeah. This
So
guy seems like a fucking piece of shit.
he settled in New Hampshire in the late 1970s. When he was living in Manchester, New Hampshire, Rasmussen lived underneath the alias Bob Evans. He was arrested 3 times in 1980 for writing bad checks, theft, and diverting electric currents.
He is not only a piece of shit, but he's a little bit smart, kind
Mm-hmm.
of.
Yeah.
Seems like, unfortunately.
So
Perhaps.
a woman named Elizabeth Evans, quote unquote, was listed as his wife. This woman was believed to be a Marlyse Elizabeth Honeychurch, the adult Bear Brook victim, but the identity was never confirmed. And I'm going to get into what the Bear Brook victim is.
Is that what we're going into right now?
Yeah, so we're going into all of his crimes, basically.
All right. This is probably where it's going to get rough.
It kind of, yeah, and it
Rougher.
kind of jumps around a little bit. But, so we're going to talk about his previous wife. Just remember that Mary Elizabeth Evans character, okay? She'll come into play later. So Pepper Reed was last seen by her family in Houston, Texas during Christmas in 1975. Reed was pregnant with Rasmussen's child at the time. Her family believed they moved to California.
Mm,
Their daughter,
I'm already hating this.
Their daughter Ray was born in 1976. Okay, baby was born.
Oh, okay.
Reed disappeared from public records, which is the mom, records later in the 1970s, and was considered a missing person. Right after the baby was born.
Okay. What happened to the baby?
Ray was later identified as one of the murder victims found in the second Bear Brook barrel in 2000. I'll get into that. She was identified as, that's his daughter.
Oh.
Her ID was confirmed in 2025. And like I said, I'll get more into depth on this, but this is just little hints of what's to come.
Okay.
So, she was believed to be between the ages of 2 and 4 when she was murdered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
So
that is so sad.
Now to get into the Bear Brook murders.
Oh my god.
So in 1978, Rasmussen dated Marlyse Honeychurch, who had been married twice previously and had a daughter from each marriage. Honeychurch was last seen in La Puente, California on Thanksgiving Day in 1978. After an argument with her family, Honeychurch and her 2 daughters, 6-year-old Mary Elizabeth Vaughn and 1-year-old Sarah Lynn Mcwaters, left. They were never seen by family again.
Oh my gosh.
On November 10th, 1985, the bodies of Honeychurch and her daughter Vaughn were found in a barrel in Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire.
Oh my gosh.
They died from blunt force trauma to their heads.
Oh my gosh. This is awful. Like what?
Yep.
Oh
So
my
that was
God.
in 1985. Then on May 9th, 2000, a second barrel was found about 100 yards from the first location of the first barrel, containing the body of 1-year-old Mcwaters and little 2 to 4-year-old Rea Rasmussen.
A 1-year-old in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy's just killing kids? What the fuck?
The identities of Honeychurch and the 2 kids were not known until the DNA confirmed in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the Bear Brook murders.
Wait, so I thought Rea was confirmed in 2025.
She was. So it was the Honeychurch and her kids that were confirmed. Rea wasn't confirmed until 2025. They were confirmed, though, in 2019. Because of Rea's mom going missing, being a missing person. She was born and there wasn't a lot of records kept of her at the time. And, he moved around under so many different aliases. Like, she probably had more than likely many names, too, at the time.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That is awful. So were those, like, you might get into this, so if you don't need to answer if you're going to get into this, but were these the families that he was using as his disguises?
So this was just like one of the families. Like he had the one woman, Miss Reed, had his daughter. Supposedly he's not convicted of it, but got rid of Miss Reed, kept his daughter, but single dad life. Good way to get women. He happened to see, single mom. Oh, I'm a single dad. Look, I have a daughter. Oh, you have daughters.
Wow.
Bam. And then you finally get tired of them or something happens, because it doesn't really go into detail like what exactly happened or what clicked or what made him do it.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you were like, yeah, I'm kind of over this life. I'm going to go ahead and just kill everybody and start fresh with a new name.
Holy shit. It's just so fucking sad.
And it's wild to me that the barrels were found so far in between that nobody back in the day in 1985 like walked that. I mean, granted, it's 100 yards, but still.
Yeah, that's a long time to just be there 100 yards away.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So it doesn't stop there though. So this next story is still about the Chameleon Killer. His next victims named are Denise Beaudin and Lisa. So while under the alias Bob Evans, Rasmussen dated Denise Beaudin, who disappeared from Manchester after Thanksgiving in 1981 with her 6-month-old daughter.
No.
Authorities believe Rasmussen killed Beaudin somewhere in California, although her body was never found. Throughout the early 1980s, Rasmussen remained in the possession of Beaudin's daughter. So he kept the daughter.
No.
He called her.
He's probably abusing these kids too, because he abused his family.
There's no confirmation of that, but and it's weird that it's always a daughter.
Yeah. Oh no.
But he said he called her Lisa and posed as her father.
Oh my God.
He was arrested in Cypress, California in 1985 under the name Curtis Kimball for charges of driving under the influence and endangering the welfare of a child, but failed to appear in court.
Wow.
So then he took on the alias Gordon Jensen and abandoned that kid at an RV park in Scotts Valley, California in 1986.
Oh my gosh.
2 years later, he was arrested under another alias, Jerry Mockerman, for driving a stolen vehicle. Fingerprints. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. It's so weird. I'm glad, but it's so weird that he didn't kill
the little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and abandoned her in an RV park. Like, what made him decide, oh, I'm going to abandon you.
The same
Instead
question
of
can be
killing
asked
you.
about the Night Stalker. Like, why would he walk into some victims and kill them, and some ones he would just beat up, and some of them he would just talk to, and then just fucking like walk out? You know,
So true.
it's
So
whatever's
true.
going on in
Yeah.
their brain at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then 2 years later, he was arrested under the alias Gary Mockerman for driving a stolen vehicle. His fingerprints then linked him back to the Curtis Kimball alias.
Wow.
In
Idiot.
1989, he was arrested and got 3-year prison sentence for child abandonment.
Just 3 years is crazy.
I know.
That's a whole human life it's gonna die without you keeping them alive, and you get 3 years for abandoning it. It should be automatically not child endangerment. Like if you abandon a baby or a kid or a child in which you are keeping alive, that should be attempted murder. It's like
Agreed.
if you're abandoning that baby, you don't expect excuse me, I keep saying that child, you don't expect them to survive on their own. That they need to be cared
taken
for.
care of. Yeah.
So you abandoning them should just automatically attempted murder.
Agreed.
Right there. But that's just my opinion.
So after his 3-year sentence, he was paroled in 1990, and then he almost immediately became a fugitive. Like, he got paroled, he was like, all right, cool, done with that time to start a new life. And in December 1999, Rasmussen resurfaced under the alias Larry Vanner.
Larry Vanner.
Yeah. In 2001, he married California-based chemist Usun June.
Why? What? A chemist who is a very intelligent individual to become a chemist.
Which shows that he's also smart, though. He was an electrician. He could talk. Like, he knew trade. He was also the chameleon killer, dude. You're a chameleon. You can adapt, you know? You learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he married her. By the following June went missing. Her body was found buried in cat litter in their home.
Wow, that is just something about that is so
degrading.
What? I hate that.
So she was found buried in cat litter in their home. She died from blunt force trauma to the head, just like the previous victims. Rasmussen was arrested in November 2002 and pleaded no contest in 2003 to charges relating to her murder and dismemberment. Which it says that, but I didn't go into detail like what dismemberment. Like they didn't talk about it.
Yeah. You know, we don't really need to know. When we hear the term dismemberment, we can bury it in cat litter. That's a pretty good visual of how he treated her, and it's really all I need to know. That's awful.
So he was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. Due to his fingerprints linking him to that child abandonment case, it caused Detective Roxanne Gunhill to open a case in 2003.
Oh, wait. Stop right there. Did you just say Roxanne Gunhill?
Grunheed.
Oh my God. I heard Roxanne Gunhill, and I was like, yes, bitch. Yes. Get this motherfucker. But either way, yes, bitch, yes, get this motherfucker. But I was like imagining like Jessica Rabbit with high heels that are guns.
Hell yeah, dude.
But what is her actual name so that we say it right? Because she should get credit.
Detective Roxanne Grunheed.
Grunheed?
Heed, like H-E-I-D.
I am so absolutely terrible at repeating names correctly.
And I could be butchering these names, like, by the way.
No, it's not you. It's when you're telling stories and you're telling me a name. I remember the Bethesda killer, how many times it took for me to understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
That is what is happening right now because I am so serious. I still don't know her last name.
Okay.
Roxanne Grunheed.
Yeah.
Got it. Now I have it. Moving on. Sorry.
So it caused Roxanne Grunheed to open a case in 2003 to find Lisa's bio family, so the kid he abandoned.
Okay.
DNA
Wait, can you say to find whose bio family?
Lisa. It was that kid, the 6-month-old that he kept and that he left.
At the RV park, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
So Roxanne was trying to find Lisa's bio family because she was like, "There's no way this dude's her actual dad." And
Yeah.
DNA showed that Rasmussen was not Lisa's bio dad, so that made her, push it even further.
Yeah.
The case was open for years without any developments, though, because her mom went missing. Who knows who baby daddy was out there?
Yeah. Wow.
Rasmussen ended up dying in on December 28th of 2010 at age 67 while he was in prison at the High Desert State Prison. Cause of death was a combo of lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and pneumonia.
Probably sucked, so that's
So
really something.
I'm not done yet because he has
Oh God.
there's possible other crimes. Nothing like it's just what he's suspected of. So
Jeez.
after Rasmussen's connection to the Bear Brook murders, the ones about the barrels, was revealed in 2017, he was looked into for possible other crimes. The New Hampshire State Police were interested in a gap time frame where Rasmussen, where his whereabouts were from the time of 1974 to 1985. So reason he was considered for other crimes included that like Rasmussen lived a mile and a half away from a 14-year-old Lorraine Raw when she was disappeared from Manchester in April 1980. Denise Beaudin, a 25-year-old woman who lived 2 blocks from Rea residence and the same street as Rasmussen, actually went missing from a bar in June 1980 as well. No connection was found to either case, but it brought light back to the cases that allowed to have continued for further investigation. But I think they're both still open. But Rasmussen is the highest suspect for both those cases. There's just not enough evidence.
Yeah,
And that's all I got.
Wow.
That is the Chameleon Killer. That is Larry, Joe, Bob, Mo, Curly, Curtis, Cletus. Like,
what a vicious dude. That's a vicious dude. That's terrible.
it's very similar to me to that case that is more recent about that dad that killed his pregnant wife, and his 2 daughters and put them in barrels.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it made me think of.
He put them in barrels? Is it Lacey Peterson?
No, it's I can't remember. It's that video that's notorious out where it's the cop's body cam, and he's sitting there and be like, I don't know what happened to him. Everything was good, and his wife was about to have a baby boy, and I'm pretty sure he put their bodies in barrels.
That's awful. I haven't heard of this.
You should look it up. It's very I'm pretty sure if you look up barrel, I don't look up something that's very similar to what I just said.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. I'm laughing not because it's funny, but you guys already know. But that is absolutely horrific, and I feel terrible for those children.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a really sick, twisted, fucked up person to harm a child.
And what about all the women that were never found, or families don't get any answers that just went missing because what do you do with them? Maybe are they in a barrel somewhere? Why barrels for them?
It's, or leaving somebody in cat litter is just there's no regard.
Maybe that was his process. Maybe he got caught early in the process. Maybe the cat litter was meant to dry somebody out to throw it in the barrel to preserve it. I don't know.
Yeah. We never will. And I hope that his death sucked because I just don't understand how you can kill anybody.
Yeah, but that young
the people
too, those are babies. Those are babies. And then to take the real babies and try to claim them as yours.
That's killing their mom. Oh my God. And then claiming them is awful.
And then imagine how those kids get fucked up thinking that this is my dad. But it's not my dad, but you grow up thinking it's your dad, and it's no, you're literally just a kidnapper.
That's No regard for human life. Just
But yeah,
he deserved to rot.
my
So
grandfather's kind of weird growing up past story shit made me lead on to this weird story shit. So I had to share.
yeah. Well, we'll put all the names of the victims in the show notes, and I've never heard of this, and I've never heard of these crimes that he did, and I appreciate you sharing it, and just also the crazy, the fact that your grandfather might actually be a twin
But his
who might
mom
be
got
out there.
electrocuted in the bathtub and his dad died randomly. Like, what is this life of
Yeah.
mine? What is this lineage?
What is anything at all ever? It's that's it really makes me appreciate having, good people in my life,
No,
and
100%.
it also makes me want to be real aware of what is going on around me and to carry pepper spray where it's real. Carry it with you.
Pepper
Because,
spray.
wow.
Sponsor us.
Yes, can we get a sponsor from some pepper spray? Thank you. So, yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts for me, or for the listeners from me?
Yeah.
I would say, if you, this one's a tough one, I think. I think this is a tough one because of the nature of it. So I think my final thoughts are to just be kind to one another. And if you see something, say something. Protect the children in your life, be a good person, and it's good to learn about these types of crimes and remember the names of the victims, even if it's just reading through the show notes and seeing their names typed out. I think that's all we can really do. And yeah, never stop asking yourselves unless there's anything else that you want to add.
No,
It just
man.
felt like it could
Yeah.
transition through, but then I ruined it with my mouth. Because I
Never
also was
stop
like,
asking
wait.
yourself.
I was like, wait. I was sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. Because I just want to make sure there's nothing else you wanted to say. It's I just didn't know if there was something you were planning. I just didn't want to step on your toes.
I don't know. I guess the only thing I can add is I promise listeners I don't just research serial killers. The next story I have to share is just as dark, but in a different path. I'll just say
Heck
that.
yeah. Okay. I'm already curious because what?
Yeah.
But anyways, not for real this time, everyone. Sorry. I'm just kooky this week for whatever reason. But
Never stop asking yourself,
who are you?
you?
Who are you?
Who are you?